You know what I'm talking about? This your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? Man, how are y'all doing on this Trick Tracks Thursday? You say Trick Tracks Thursday. What are you talking about, baby? Because are we gonna get into it? But before we do that, was good people like hee, ha ha. You know what I'm talking about, man? Ken in the pier, man. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing. Keep that head up, you know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Did I say Ken in the pen, man? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get the stick up in stores now, man. You can go get you some off 76 MacArthur Giants League is what I'm talking about, huh? You know what I'm talking about? 82nd Hillside Barbershop, huh? You know what I'm talking about? They say somebody put them in their stores in the hundreds, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know, because I tell you every morning, you go get the things from me, you know what I'm talking about? But if all else fails, man, you can go grab you some of the things off of Amazon. Make sure you copy a hardback, you know what I'm talking about? Also in stores now. Funkadie Trying, man. Make sure you go get you one, you know what I'm talking about, man? You say, what's that? Swing that finger here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Come on with it, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide INC, man. You know what I'm talking about? Come on with it, bro. Worldwide Incorporated, man. Come on with it, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide. They gonna say, what does that mean? Bro, I'm gonna continuously tell you it means everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Indugu, Fresh, Mike, Lil Rude. Not Lil Rude. Lil Rude. You know what I'm talking about? Not Lil Rude, Lil Rude. You know what I'm talking about? Cutthroat. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. All my folks on the bottom of that thing, all my folks on the top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through these disclaimers. But before we do that, my mama always said, boy, you know what I'm talking about? Make sure you brush them whiskers when you're on TV, man. Even if they got a hole in them. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee grinder. Classic roast piping hot. You know what I'm talking about, man? And where's that, man? Good brother like myself, I don't promote no drug usage. No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like me, I don't promote no drug sellage. No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. You know what I'm talking about, man? I don't promote no alcohol consumption. No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about? Don't take a sip of the sippage. You know what I'm talking about? Make a brother like myself. You know what I'm talking about? Man? All promote no crime. No, no, no. Good brother like myself. I don't promote no violence. No, no, no. You know somebody good brother like myself. I don't promote no domestic violence. No, no, no. You know good brother like keep your hands off people. You know somebody good brother like myself. You know man, all that good stuff right there, man. Man, a good nigga like me, man, I don't promote shit. He don't talking about they was talking to me. I don't promote shit. He don't talking about all I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you're gonna do with this your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much we got, man. You know what I'm talking about? But he get better like myself. You know what I'm talking about, man. I don't promote no I ain't prejudiced. You know, a good brother like myself. You know what I'm talking about, man. I don't got nothing against sexually different. No, no, no. Good brother like myself. I ain't got nothing against the little people. You know, nah, man. Me, man, I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? That was talking to me. I just love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact. You know what I'm talking about? I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? And that love. You know what I'm talking about? That love. You know what I'm talking about? Back to the YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here. Fuck with your partner, man. All right, check it out. Come fuck with a nigga one time. You know what I'm talking about? Man, what's good with y'all out there? Coffee Conquer. On this Trick Tracks, Trick Tracks Thursday it is. Trick Tracks, what are you talking about? Oh, we gonna get into it. Oh, we gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Now look at this one, y'all. It's called Trick Tracks for you say Trick Tracks. Trick Tracks, man. This one right here really for little nephew in there, man. Because you gotta stop what's wrong with you, bro? Y'all gotta hold on a minute. Shout out all the cute bitches with an ugly past. It wasn't me. Five pop. Oh, I see you, man. Oh, I see you, man. Nah, man, on this yeah, there. On this what I said was, man, this trick tracks looking at everything. This one right here really for little nephew and them. Little nephew and y'all listen. Because it's already like way fucked up, right? That we even got to this point right here. Because if you're a little nephew, because I just ran into a sharp little nephew, right? The nephew was just sharp, you feel what I'm saying? The nephew was busy, savvy, you know what I'm saying? Little nephew was all right, man. And I just seen, I was talking to little nephew. And little nephew said about the same thing about the other little nephews. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all hold on real quick. Yeah, man, nephew was pretty sharp, man. Like I say, real business savvy, you know what I'm talking about? But he was talking about basically the nephews, I don't want to say of his generation, just his little circle or whatever. What little nephew was saying was, man, he didn't get a motherfucker, like he don't be doing all that felonious shit. You feel what I'm saying? And why I say it's trick tracks. Now y'all listen, cause this shit gonna cover a lot of shit. You know what I'm talking about? Not a lot of shit, but it's gonna cover a variety of shit if you dig what I'm saying. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady, and nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? But the trick tracks. Because like cause I don't really want to put it on a bitch and no shit like that. You're talking about the single mamas and all that shit. But like a lot of these bitches out here, man, they'll basically get to telling little nephew and them, you feel what I'm saying? Not even these little nephews, because your mama might try to slide some shit like that in there on you, you know what I'm talking about? But your mama will try to program you, you know what I'm talking about, to treat a bitch like a superstar, you know what I'm talking about? But you'll just get some information from an older woman, man. And that lady will just tell you to do everything to please a bitch. And all I'm saying, there ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm talking about, if you got one of them bitches. But that game just don't work on everybody, man. You know what I'm talking about? When I was ready to be a little deaf, he was chopping it up. He was just saying that's what he didn't get. You get what I'm saying? Or he didn't say that's what he didn't get. He was just saying what he don't do. Because it seemed like a motherfucker being the desire, and this is just how we get the trick tracks, bro. It seemed like as people, we be in a desire to like how do I want to explain it? Like we be in a desire to show, like I said before, just to show people how real we is. You get what I'm saying? To show people how good we treat them, and all. Like it's always like, man, you been doing that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit if you just a person, but you shouldn't jump out your character to show nobody nothing, bro. You shouldn't be that trick trash, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You shouldn't be running around this motherfucker trying to prove yourself to not a motherfucking soul. You know what I'm talking about? Prove yourself to yourself. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't be running around this motherfucker trying to be the best friend. Just be the good person you is, bruh. That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't be, it shouldn't be no extras. You shouldn't be going out your way to try to show a motherfucker how dedicated you is. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of you little nephews, and not even the little nephews, but a lot of you niggas, period, man. When it comes to the bitch, y'all got some bad game. Y'all listen to too many people, first of all. Yeah, I keep telling you, nigga, it ain't no blueprint on knocking a bitch, bruh. You just gonna run into a bitch. You just gonna run into whoever you run into, bro. And if your game mix, nigga, mix your game. You know what I'm talking about? If it don't, you don't. And this is how we get the trick tracks. Because what be happening is, especially little nephews. These people done put some kind of thought in your head that if a bitch is cute or she's thick, that means she's worth something. And that's further from the truth, bro. That shit don't mean nothing. So what ends up happening with the little nephews is you'll fuck around and get a bitch that is either thick or cute or attractive or some shit like that, bro. And you would try to turn that bitch into something that she's not. You get what I'm saying? The bitch just cute and thick. You know what I'm talking about? The bitch with it. The bitch dumb as a motherfucker. The bitch don't listen. The bitch is just hella other shit. You know what I'm talking about? That you gonna try to get this bitch to be something else than what she just is. You get what I'm saying? And you don't want to waste your time like that, bro. That's all I'm trying to throw out there. Them trick tracks, bro. Don't sit out there and try to make a bitch just because she's pretty or she got body or some shit like that. I'm gonna make this my bitch. You get what I'm saying? This the bitch I want to have kids by. I'm gonna fall in love with her, man. Just make sure the rest of that shit match up with your program, bruh. Folks, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Nephew says, oh, man, old lady. Nephew says, oh, man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? These niggas are old, you, man. Ah, damn, man. You just be fucking with it. But on this trick track shit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Don't follow in these trick tracks, you know what I'm talking about? And don't trick track yourself, folks. Don't set yourself up for nothing, because as people, we just do that, bro. On some real shit. We sit there and try to turn something into something we want it to be, bro, when it ain't gonna never be that. And then we get mad if we can't turn that shit into it, you know what I'm talking about? You sitting up here caught up in this bitch looks or, you know what I'm talking about, some sex, some head, some pussy or some old dumbass shit. And then just because you know what I'm saying, you would like a bitch, bruh, but the bitch just not finna cooperate. You get what I'm saying? Or the bitch just not finna mix with your program. And somehow you would know that, but you will still be trying to put your all into this situation like this shit gonna mix with your program, and it ain't, bruh. And all you gonna do is just run yourself into a headache. You just gonna disappoint yourself. That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of us get bad advice, bruh. We get bad advice, bruh. And some of the most bad advice we get is that relationship advice or that friendship advice. Any kind of relationship that got to deal with a person, bruh, we get bad because if you want them motherfuckers running around asking other people what you should do, and I keep telling you this, a motherfucker is going to tell you what you should do from where the fuck they at in their head. And that's why I say the little nephews, because I chopped it up with a little nephew. You know what I'm talking about? Business savvy he was. You know what I'm talking about? Little nephew had a good little head on his shoulders, though. On some real shit. You know what I'm talking about? The nephew just refused to do some shit, you know what I'm talking about, that everybody else was doing. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's how we kind of got to this, too. Because on this Trick Track Thursday, bruh, you could be one of these motherfuckers, say everybody else tricking on the bitch. Like as soon as he's just like some kid shit, you know what I'm talking about? Nigga grinding all day just to go trick off with a bitch or some shit, you feel me? That nigga stuck around till we could buy the room, the weed, the zoo-zooms and wham-whams, then he was gone. You know what I'm talking about? Off into the wind he took. He gonna be there with that bitch. Right. So it's just some shit that a motherfucker you might not do, bruh. Don't let nobody else come put no peer pressure on you. You know what I'm talking about? Cause a motherfucker, that's where them fake labels will come to. You know what I'm talking about? Just because you might not do what everybody else do. So you ain't in the tricking, you ain't in the splurging, you ain't in to go picking up the raggediest bitch and taking her out to the most expensive places. You know what I'm talking about? That just might not be in your program. You feel me? Don't let nobody else tell you that you cheap, that you broke, that you what's the other word they be talking about? Much stingy and all that old shit. Don't let a motherfucker talk you into that, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Don't worry about what nobody else saying, bruh. Stick to your program. And that shit that's gonna get you where you need to go, folks. You ain't gotta do everything everybody else doing. And I say that brothers be having some of the ashiest knuckles. I couldn't let that one slide right there, y'all. It was just two, wasn't it? You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't even the five fingers. Man, Brett just had two ashy ass knuckles that stuck out on camera. I couldn't let that one slide. That was just too. That was too much, man. Nigga hand guy came looking like a prop. God damn. God damn. But this Trick Tracks Thursday, bruh. Don't fall into that trick track shit. You feel me? Stop letting people give you game and stop letting people, especially the youngsters. I don't even know why we do this to the youngsters. I actually feel sorry for the youngsters because, like, even the niggas that be hella hard as the youngsters and shit, they don't even get where they be, where they done switch the game up on them, man. You get what I'm saying? And you telling the nigga you gonna kill him on Instagram is just not it, nephew. You know what I'm talking about? We gotta stop arguing on these social media sites. We do. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't no fly shit, nephew. That's that trick track shit too. Some more bullshit ass blueprint they done, you know what I'm talking about, they done got you on. That ain't cool either, you know what I'm talking about, nephew? Threatening to just putting all your business on these social media sites and shit. Talking about who you funking with. That was you last night that came through there and everything, like, you know what I'm talking about? After somebody died, get on there, like, it ain't nothing, you know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing fly about that shit, nephew. And if you don't know, like, when somebody die and shit, then you be doing them old, you know, them posts y'all do, you know what I mean? Them old, indirect posts and shit. The police be looking at that shit, nephew. That's actually what they be waiting for. You really, have you just stayed up off that shit and putting your opinion in on shit and just saying little slick shit, you'll really keep yourself out of a lot of shit, nephew. You feel me? And I'm finna get up out of here because this ain't no long one. I just want y'all to know that basically the moral to this one, folks, is the same shit. Stop, don't let nobody stuff your head with something, folks. Don't let nobody just come out of the blue and tell you what you should do with something, folks. You get what I'm saying? It's like I was finna say before I forgot, you know what I'm talking about? As the grown people, we be having that bad sometimes. We be giving little nephew and them, we be giving little nephew and them bad games sometimes. You feel me? They get to coming around and a lot of the old people, and what I be noticing when it comes to this situation right here, it be a lot of single old people. I'm not saying that they can't tell, they can't give you no game. I'm not saying that, but like, I just noticed when it be coming to little nephew and niecey poo and them, it be kind of like the older single people that always got some relationship advice for the youth. First of all, if it ain't nothing wrong with a relationship you got, period, with a person, with a bitch, with a nigga, whatever, if it ain't nothing wrong, bruh, it ain't, just don't let somebody come tell you what they see is wrong. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This little nephew and them, when you, kind of when you go that route, like I said, you finna get somebody else's opinion. There might not even be nothing wrong with you and your friendship. Like I said, you fucking with your bitch, nigga, whatever. But you'll let somebody else come along for some reason, talking about something they done spotted in your relationship, your friendship or something, and they'll come put a bug in your ear. Don't let nobody, don't let nobody come tell you about something that you need to do. About something that you really doing, bro. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not telling you not just to listen to nobody, like, if somebody got some game for you that could help you. I'm not saying that, bro. I'm just talking about that shit, because nowadays it seems like a motherfucker come around just to sabotage some shit or something. Like, just be playing with a motherfucker. like they used to do us with them parties. Just tell a nigga it's a party in one of the most ruthless areas in East Oakland. You know what I'm talking about? Just I tell you, niggas spend this whole night trying to get back like the Warriors. Cause niggas thought that was funny. But don't let nobody just come up to you, nephew, and tell you what you need to do with somebody that you been doing something with, and it ain't been no problem in what y'all been doing. Don't let nobody else come get in your ear talking about what you need to do, man. Find out for yourself, folks. You know what I mean? And before I get up out of here, just remember that. Find out for yourself, man, and stop trying to. Because like this is the society we live in. I told y'all we got a rationalization for everything. You get what I'm saying? So don't be around nobody just because you like something about them that don't mean nothing. You like some pussy, some head, they cute, they got real hair and all that old childish shit, she thick and all. Don't let that shit override your common sense, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Cause you already know what a motherfucker capable of, what a motherfucker gonna do and what a motherfucker ain't gonna do. So once you see that, bruh, once you see some shit don't mix with your program, don't waste your motherfucking time trying to sit around and try to force somebody to mix with your game, folks. Because that shit ain't gonna never work, bruh. They gonna have to accept that shit naturally, or if they don't, bruh, don't try to force a motherfucker. So you see what it is. So you just leave it at that. For real, as long as I've been living. When I was little, that's how everybody got caught up in them old fucked up baby mama situations, bruh. For real. For real. And you just end up with a baby by the cute, thick runner bitch. You get what I'm saying? And the bitch wouldn't work nothing, bruh. On everything. But motherfucker, you couldn't get by how cute the bitch is, how thick the bitch is. The bitch got some good pussy, the bitch got some good head, all that old dumbass shit. All that shit that was good, then you have a baby by the bitch by a no good bitch. You know what I'm talking about? You traded all that shit was good for the thing that was no good at all. You know what I'm talking about? Then you just sit around stuck. You don't want to get yourself like that, folks. Cause you'll just end up, bitch or nigga, you'll just end up with a nutting ass person. You get what I'm saying? That for some reason got you all wrapped up, and for some reason you just can't let this motherfucker go. Cause you chasing some shit, you know what I'm talking about? That didn't mean nothing in the first place. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to set yourself up for no trap like that, y'all. So when you see a motherfucker don't mix with your game, bro, just take that shit for what it is. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you'll fuck your blessing up too. You'll have yourself stuck in that's how you zap yourself, folks. For real. I guess that's the moral to that story. That's just how you zap yourself. Because you've been to trick yourself, you've been to track yourself to all these other things. You've been made all that shit that don't mean nothing, mean something to you. You get what I'm saying? So now you running around following the person everywhere they go, trying to stop them from living their life or something. You know what I'm talking about? You'll just put yourself in your own trap. You'll put yourself in a state of depression. You'll just put yourself in all that bullshit, bruh, for no reason. When you could just I don't know, because I was finna say something, then I had to think about it. Because this is what's fucked up. When you in love, you just in love, and it ain't really nothing you can do about that, right? And when I say in love, I'm talking about like, if you got a good ass partner, if you just love somebody, you get what I'm saying? It just don't have to be a nigga fucking with a bitch or a bitch fucking with a nigga. It could be a friendship, family, relationship, it could be any of that shit. But when you got love for a person, bruh, it's just hard to, it's hard to see through the love that you got for them. You know what I'm talking about? Because it could be your motherfucking brother or sister or some shit like that, bro. And they could do something crucial. And just the love you got for them, you'll sit there and overlook that shit. But that shit right there, man, you just got to see shit for what it is. You feel me? Start learning to have love for people from a distance. You get what I'm saying? Or not. But you just got to start seeing what shit is, bro. You can't let the love blind you. You get what I'm saying? You can't let the love blind you. On this Trick Tracks Thursday. You can't. Because you'll let that love override your common sense. And when you do that, most of the time you just set yourself up, folks. Because you sit in the situation, whatever it was, too long. You sit, and when you sit in the situation too long, that you know in your motherfucking heart ain't right, the only thing gonna come up out of that is you just gonna get hurt more. You know what I'm talking about? Something just drastic gonna happen to you. Because you seen it anyway. It's like you seen somebody steal, but you steadily trying to give them a chance. You gonna give them a chance until they steal the big one. You know what I'm talking about? You just gonna give them a chance. You just gonna give them a chance to fuck you over harder. You know what I'm talking about? I guess that's the moral to that story. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all, like I say, don't be too nephew and them. Nephew says old man or lady. Nephew says old man or lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Don't be too quick in letting another motherfucker tell you what you should do. You get what I'm saying? And also, don't be sitting there trying to force something to mix with your game, folks. Once you see that it ain't gonna mix with your game, take that shit for what it is. Now, you still might like these people and still might be around these people, man, but you can't, you know what I'm talking about? You can't just sit there and take them people serious, folks. You just can't. Because that shit don't never work, folks. I'm talking about it don't never work. You ain't gonna never. Now, what can happen is, because we give people a bad rap for this too. You ever hear a motherfucker say some shit like, if a motherfucker fucked you over once, they'll do it again, woo. Now, that might be true on something. I'm gonna tell you when that's true, when a motherfucker never changed their mindset. So if a motherfucker did something to you to fuck you over and you ran into the motherfuckers years later and they never changed their mindset, they gonna fuck you over again because they still think the same. Now, a motherfucker might have did something, bro, then you meet them years down the line, bro, and they just might have changed. You get what I'm saying? So that shit don't necessarily be true. You get what I'm saying? If a motherfucker do something once, they'll do it again. That shit ain't, once again, that's that shit that we just been saying since we've been alive. That shit ain't necessarily true. It's just all based on where motherfucker at in their mental space, folks. But I'm really gonna get up out of here now. But y'all just remember that one, man, or not. But you can't force nobody to mix with your game, folks. And stop letting shit that don't really mean nothing mean something. You get what I'm saying? Because whatever means something to you, that's the only thing that's gonna be able to get to you. You get what I'm saying? Whatever you love or whatever you like, that's the shit that's gonna fuck you up mentally when it go bad. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I say you gotta watch what the fuck you can emotionally connect to, whatever it is. Cause you just can't be emotionally connected, nigga, to where like when something happen, nigga, you just get down. You know what I'm talking about? And if you emotionally connected to all this shit and something happen, bro, it's like that's just too much shit that could get you down, depressed. Man, listen, bro, you better emotionally connect to yourself. You know what I'm talking about? What do I know? Only you can prevent forest fires, man. With that one right there, you don't remember nothing else, man. Always remember, it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.